Okay, folks, I did a video yesterday on Sylville Smith being killed in Milwaukee and the unrest, etc. that's going on. Excuse me. All right, here's an update. All right, and this is why it's always important to keep your powder dry before you turn around and start firing. It's been reported that there is video as far as the shooting is concerned, and that is true, but it has been discovered this morning that there is no audio to the video. Now, that was intimated but not directly spoken on yesterday at the press conference given by the mayor and the police chief. The police chief did say it was like looking at a silent movie, but he didn't specifically say that there was no audio. So that part went over a lot of people's heads, including mine. You know, when you got video, it's always just assumed that there's audio that accompanies it. So now that we know that there's no audio, it is more important than ever that we see the video. We need to actually see what happened. Now, here's another fact. Various people, hell with various people, Sheriff David Clarke got on TV or did a press conference yesterday where he basically disparaged both individuals that were taken into custody, including Mr. Smith. And he claimed that he had like this long criminal record, okay? Well, guess what? His lengthy criminal record only had a conviction for a misdemeanor. Yes, he had had multiple arrests, but his charges were always dismissed. So that bullshit that he put out there about the time, you know, this guy having a lengthy record, yeah, if you want to count the fact that cops were arresting him left and right, and that would be, quote unquote, a lengthy criminal record. But that's bullshit. You know, if we want to talk about the crimes that he was convicted of, he got convicted of a misdemeanor. That's it. Now, now it has come out that he may have had a concealed carry permit for his weapon. Now, if that's true, that means he basically had a clean record, because the state will not obviously issue you a concealed carry permit if you have an unsatisfactory criminal record. So now we need to get to the bottom of that to find out if he really had a concealed carry permit, okay? Now this is starting to smell to me, because they now are making mention about this gun that he had was stolen during a burglary. Well, this gun could have been stolen during a burglary, okay? But who did the burglary? Now that's going to be a question, because, and again, this is conspiracy theory type stuff. Suppose it was these particular cops that did the burglary and stole the weapon or weapons and the ammunition. And it just so happens that when this thing went bad, they turned around and replaced the gun that this guy had in his hand with that burgled gun. Because if Mr. Smith had a concealed carry permit and had his own weapon in his hand and did not point it at the officer, we're going to have a real problem here. So more than anything else, we're going to need, that video is going to be a big key as to what's going to go down here, okay? A big key. Now, if they don't release this video soon, this city is going to go up in smoke, because this is not gonna stop. And I mean, I don't believe in I believe that people should protest and do certain things, but as far as burning down your neighborhood and destroying your neighborhood, no, I'm not up into that. That in my mind is ridiculous, because after all the smoke, quote unquote, clears and things calm down, the bottom line is you're going to be without gas stations and bank branches and service locations, etc. And people are going to be really hesitant about coming back in here and rebuilding their lost businesses. So as far as the burning down, now the looting, I'm not even for the looting, but at least with the looting, you basically are going to have some insurance to cover your losses there. As long as you haven't lost your structure, you can basically come back in, and start up again. But when you start actually destroying businesses, now that for me, that don't work. The looting don't work either, as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of people use this thing as an excuse to loot and do, criminal stuff. And I say a lot. Some people use it as an excuse to loot and do criminal stuff. But for the most part, the burning down and the destruction of the actual businesses, no, I'm not riding on that particular bus. Now, another thing that has not been publicized is that there were two officers that entered a foot chase, and both officers had body cameras. So if both officers were involved in a pursuit and both officers had body cameras, they need to give us a better explanation of what was going on with that other officer. Now, we can assume that there were two people in the car that Mr. Smith was driving. Both occupants bailed, and each officer ran after an individual, but I want to hear them say that. I really want, they need to give us a better explanation as to what went down here. But first and foremost, we need to see the video footage. Bottom line.